Hi, this is the Revd Sarah Stapleton, Assistant Curate at St George's Cathedral. Our Bible reading today comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 20, beginning at the 17th verse. While Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside by themselves and said to them on the way, "See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be handed over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death. Then they will hand him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified, and on the third day he will be raised." Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee came to him with her sons, and kneeling before him, she asked a favor of him. And he said to her, "What do you want?" She said to him, "Declare these 2 sons of mine will sit, one at your right hand and one at your left in your kingdom." But Jesus answered, "You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am about to drink?" They said to him, "We are able." He said to them, "You will indeed drink my cup, but to sit at my right hand and at my left, this is not mine to grant, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared by my Father." When the 10 heard it, they were angry with the 2 brothers. But Jesus called them to him and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones are tyrants over them. It will not be so among you, but whoever wishes to be great among you must be your servant, and whoever wishes to be first among you must be your slave, just as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many." I like to think of this story as the great pivot story. Even though there are many differences between us and the community that Jesus ministered to at the time, some things about humans don't change. And I think the pivot is one thing we pride ourselves on. How do we make lemonade out of lemons? How do we get the good stuff out of the bad? How do we extract the victory from the jaws of defeat? And that is what I think the mother of the sons of Zebedee is doing in this passage. Jesus very clearly lays out how he will die. And instead of the disciples, the people who have heard this, sitting with that, there is a pivot. What can we get out of this? And the mother of the sons of Zebedee wants something for her sons, something good, glorification. If they're going to go through this, if they will lose Jesus in this way, what's the reward? There has to be something in it. And although there is something in it, it's not what they're expecting. And Jesus, in his answer, turns them back to what is about to happen, to what he has told them. He is about to die a terrible death. And this is something, as disciples, they need to be prepared to partake in. And then when they say, "We are ready," he gives them a little bit more. The way of victory that will be Jesus is not the way of the world. It is not the way of the people who lord it over their servants and slaves. It is not the way of the tyrants. There will not be ruling and victory and lordship for the disciples, but rather they must live a life of servanthood, of sacrifice, of humility. In this time of Lent, when we give up something, when we sacrifice something, when we spend time in contemplation, in a small discomfort compared to what Jesus went through, I encourage you not to pivot, not to try and get something good out of the deprivation of coffee or chocolate, not to think about how you will be improved, but just to sit in the discomfort, to consider with me the great sacrifice that Jesus made for us, for the world, and the way in which he lived as servant, not as victor, not as ruler, but as servant to all. I wish you a slightly uncomfortable and contemplative Lent. And I am sure you with me can't wait for that celebration of Easter. The Lord be with you.